It's time! We're celebrating! It's 5 years! We're rolling on the road! We're rolling on the road! 100 shades of diversity! We're rolling on the road! Oh, rolling on the road! We're rolling on the road. 100 shades of diversity. We're rolling on the road. Take it away. It's time.
Thank you so much, Cousin Pat. Yes, it has been 5 years, and you are rolling on the road with Dr. Kimberly. And today we are over in the Big D. Whoop, whoop. Again, for those of you, we're the only state that can show you where we are based off our hand. Don't be jealous. She's over here, and I'm over here. And we're so grateful for technology that we can do that. My guest today is Miss Lorena Black. She is a United States Army veteran, and she is the founder and CEO, executive director, the HNIC, and bad boss all the way around of She Served LLC. Good afternoon. Can't hear you. We don't have any, we can't hear you. Okay, while she's doing that, I want to say thank you to all of our loyal viewers over these last 5 years. We so greatly appreciate you. And for those of you who watch via GRTV 25, again, cable channel 25, thank you for rolling with us for these last 5 years. We've had some wonderful guests and some pretty deep topics. We've laughed, we've cried. We've had a plethora of emotions over these last few years, starting out in the pandemic, and now we're here. Who knows what we're in? Maybe some sort of other pandemic that's not considered medical, but I believe that you have volume.
Do I have it? Can you hear me?
I do.
Okay. I'm so sorry about that.
So welcome. How are you today?
I'm doing okay. Thank you for your patience with me and rolling with my technology issues and all of that. I'm happy to be here.
See, I'm telling y'all, everybody gets dissed. Not just those who live with this every day, but everybody gets dissed sometimes, So the impetus for the show today is it has been year number 4 for us. It would have been for the Women Veterans Convention, if you will. It started, what is it, like 2021 or 2022?
Yes. I think it was 2021 was the first one.
And
you might be right, 22.
Yeah, I'm excited to say that I was actually in that inaugural convention. Nothing like it. Nothing has ever happened like that in Michigan. And to be a part of the first one. And at the same time, I was running for state office, for state representative. So to see my people and to say, you know what, I'm running, I'm fighting for our rights. And at that particular time, it was about our bodies. That was the hot topic, was having justice for our bodies.
Yeah.
And to come back around full circle, and here we are. We are usually a community that we don't come out like that, especially as women, to talk about, being whether we have a DISS or not, but to be able to be in a room of over 150 women who have served, that's unusual, an anomaly, if you will. And not having that voice, being invisible, and for it to come and being taken away as if, once again, okay, we can't be seen and we're not going to be heard. I saw your post on LinkedIn and I felt your pain. I saw the tears that, okay, when I get off of here, I'm going to cry, but I'm not crying in front of y'all, but I'm going to cry. And so I just want you to know, I cry with you.
Well, you know what's interesting is I am a crier. I am a proud crier. And this time
Yes.
I felt that, but I felt something else, like something like a fire was ignited. And instead of letting the tears fall, I'm just like, how do we take action? What do we do? And it helps having other women.
So y'all want to know what that's called? It's called righteous indignation. That's what that's called. When the tears are right there, they're on the precipice, that can't come, but something inside of you just wells up and says, you know what? I need to find me about 2-3 folks that got my 6, and let's go do this. What do we need to do?
Yeah. Well, what's really cool is no, yeah, there's a couple of us that had that same feeling, and that's what we're doing. We're rallying.
What I love about rolling on the road is that in real time, if I see something, I can just jump on, hey, look, let's talk about it. You know, and jump online. And I have a platform that not only goes across 6 media outlets, but also airs on cable channel 25. So that means that, you know, we're finding every way that we can to reach everybody to say, you know what, I'm going to call into the show. I'm going to DM, you know, Dr. Kim and say, hey, look, I saw what happened. I'm not a veteran, but you know what? So I'm putting this out in the ether. Everybody, y'all hear what I'm doing? So I'm believing that somebody's going to say, you know what? We have space. And if you guys want to come to my space, it's going to be open and we can accommodate 200 women, and let us know when the next time, you know, you can get the information out, and let's get this done. You know, let's do it by December. Did you hear what just happened?
So what we are trying to do, we did actually have somebody reach out and say, you know, I'd like a woman in Grand Rapids area offered to host us at her farm. And so I'm talking with her, and then an American Legion offered us some space. We are getting that, and we're getting people that want to see us make something happen. So that's what we're trying to do on Saturday, the 18th, is get as many women that didn't already make plans to come with us to Grand Rapids so we can do something. Because for some women, they've been looking forward to this a long time. And this was their opportunity to come with their sisters, to feel that sense of community, to be around other people that have gone through things that they've gone through, and to really just celebrate and all of that. So we want to be able to provide something, some option. And so that's what we're working on right now.
And how soon will everybody be able to know where to go, where to meet?
So what I've done right now is for people that I have the information for, I send an email out saying, here's what we're doing. There's 2 things that we have planned right now. On Tuesday, the 14th, we're meeting in Lansing at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and where we will hold up our signs and say some words about our displeasure about the canceling of our conference a week before it was scheduled to happen, as well as just taking money away from veterans, period, regardless of gender. So we are doing that. And I sent the note out as well about Saturday that we have plans in the work. And I attached a Google form to it so people could say, can I make it to the protest? Yes or no. Can I come to Grand Rapids on Saturday? Yes or no. Will I want to spend the night if I come? So if you know anyone, Dr. Kim, and can shoot me email addresses, or I can send it to you and you can forward it out to your network. We're just trying to get the hold in place so people know, don't book your Saturday, something is coming, but also find out how many people are interested in still coming together.
We can put that up right now. Don't book your Saturday.
And if you're able, please join us on Tuesday in Lansing, because as many people, veterans, supporters, allies, as many people as we can get there, I think it'll have a greater impact.
That's the 18th, correct?
Saturday the 18th is the meeting in Grand Rapids, and then Tuesday the 14th is the protest at the Capitol, or the rally at the Capitol.
Do you know where you're gonna be on the 18th?
So that's the thing we're still working out. So I know for part of the day we will be at post 154 in Wyoming. That's from 3 to 8. We know that for sure. We're still working out the morning part.
What's the post number again?
154.
Do you have an address?
I actually do. Let me look over here really quick. It is 2327 Byron Center Ave, Southwest.
2327.
Byron Center Ave, Southwest.
Hey, that's my neck of the woods. 4931. I know that zip code, 49315. And the time is 3 to 8 p.m.
3 to 8 is when we'll be there, and then we're still working out where we will be in the morning.
All right, there we go. Boom, 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 boom. Hit, 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 hit. All right, and I can click show. There we go.
Awesome.
And it is on the screen. Again, don't book your Saturday, October 18th, 3 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They're going to meet at 154 2327 Byron Center Avenue Southwest in Byron Center, Michigan, 49315.
I think it's
Huh?
I think it's, and I don't know because I'm not from that side of the state, but on what I'm looking at, it says Wyoming.
That's Wyoming?
Not Byron Center, Michigan, but Wyoming, Michigan.
That's on the other end.
Okay. And it says 49519 is the zip I have.
Okay, here we go. So you're on the other end.
Okay.
Of my Okay, update. We'll just do like this. Update. What is that? 23. What do you have? 154. 154 2327 Byron Center. And that's Wyoming 49519. 519. All right, got it. And there we go. See how we do that? We do that in real time. So what would that time look like from 3 to 8 p.m.?
Again, we're working through the run of show or the agenda, but a couple of things we've talked about carrying over from what we were going to do initially with the big conference. We talked about, there's a woman who had donated a bunch of crafts and she was going to lead us through some craft making and things like that. We've talked about watching 688 and discussing that. We've talked about giving women an opportunity to talk about, what they're feeling around the fact that the conference got scheduled or canceled. So we're working out the agenda right now of exactly how we want to make the most of our time together.
Okay. So will there be opportunities for vendors to be there?
Probably
Or is there
not.
Okay.
Yeah, at this stage with what we're doing here, I don't imagine we're going to have space or really the opportunity for the vendors. It's more about just getting whoever needs to be in that space together in community, giving them a place to be able to do that.
What happened that this particular event was canceled? Is that something that we could talk about?
I can talk about it from what I know. I don't work for the state, so I don't know exactly the ins and outs, but I know that on Tuesday of this week, we were notified, the Women's Veterans Coalition, those of us that are helping with planning the event, we were notified that the budget had passed, the state budget, and a significant amount of money was cut from the MVAA, and they had to cancel the conference. And there was that initial feeling of like, wait, is this real? Is this real? Is this really happening? And then a couple of us just went straight into action mode about saying that we weren't happy, but then also what can we do instead? I don't fully understand, again, the ins, the outs, but I do believe it affects more than just our conference. If they cut that, I've had a woman reach out to me that she was a veteran engagement officer. Her contract was cut and she lost her position there. So it's so much bigger than just us as women veterans. It's affecting a lot more than that. It just, for us, it was right there. Like we were right about to go to this conference. That's why it hits, so hard in that way, but it definitely is affecting other entities, other people, other programs, all of that.
Well, it's difficult not to be selfish when you are such an overlooked population. And me personally, being a woman veteran with a visible disability, it's a double whammy on so many levels, because now again, I'm being dissed. I'm being dissed. I mean, we use it as a joke, but there are 1,683 words that begin with the prefix dis. And so anyone can find themselves dissed at any given time. Right now, people are feeling disappointed, distrustful of the process. I'm trusting you to make sure I'm going to have what I need to thrive as a Michigander, and you're cutting me off at the knees.
I think what it is,
bring anything else in its place. I think that's the piece. You're taking this away, but what are you going to leave me with?
Yeah, and I think that's why we as non-state employees, non-government employees, that's where we're trying to fill that gap. But it brings to question, it lights that fire about who's advocating for us, who's advocating for the women veterans, who's advocating for the veterans state. Yeah. And we need more of that. More of us need to be stepping up to do that. I haven't done that before, but this definitely is letting me know where I need to start using my voice for sure. And I think it's doing that with a lot of people.
And I think we talked about, earlier about that righteous indignation. When you say, how did you end up running for office? What was it? It's moments like this that say, you know what, I need to be a part of the process of policies and procedures and being that voice for my community. How many communities do I fit in? I think you and I can probably sit and say, we're in like 4 or 5 different groups that probably intersect that it's necessary for us to always be at the table. And I tell them, I don't even need a table. I just need room where I can wheel my chair in and I just provide me some space in the room.
Yeah.
Or do like, hey, I can create my own table. So having a platform like this, that's a table to say, okay, now let's come to my table. Let's meet. What is it that we can do? I want to say thank you so much for Shayna tuning in all the way from Bel Air, Maryland. Yay, Maryland is in the house. Thank you so much, Shayna, for tuning in. It is now 20 minutes after the hour. It is 4:20, and you are rolling with Dr. Kimberly. And my guest today is, I want to call her Doctor. I'm on that roll. So we're just going to say Dr. Lorena is here today. She is the CEO, the founder, the boss lady in charge of Served LLC. If you're watching via GRTV 25, by the time that it plays, we will have found a solution to the problem. So we're going to do like this. We're going to cross our eyes, our nose, and our toes and say we're going to have a permanent solution to what may be a stubborn problem when it comes to budget cuts. I don't, not right offhand, know a state representative or a Senate representative that fights for veterans' rights. I know that they're bored, but I don't know anybody in particular that we can say, okay, let's have them on the show. What do we need, to do? Is there something that you can give us or give back? And if there is, I'm going to ask that question of you. What is it that we can take? Because we know it's going to be the bare minimum, like the ADA is going to be the bare minimum of what, needs to happen. But what will we take?
I think for starters, it's just we definitely shouldn't be cutting anything from veterans. Like, let's start there. Let's start with just don't cut any programs, don't cut any money, and then we need to be figuring out, okay, now, what are we adding? What are we adding to the package? But we should certainly not be cutting. We've given too much already.
And I'm sure that everybody feels that way when it hits them. So we have Centers for Independent Living for the state of Michigan that cares for all persons that have disabilities. We've been cut a time or two. I've gone to the state and asked, hey, testifying in front of the sub appropriation committee, and was able to help get that money back that they were going to cut. They did cut, and it's like, okay, look, we need you to find in the budget and bring it back. Mm-hmm. Who is lobbying for us in that respect to be able to say that?
And that I don't know. And that's a great question.
Because when the CILs, where their money got cut, it's like, okay, where can we find money? Oh, they don't need that. Oh, yes, we do. So I got the phone call, hey, they cut the money. Can you go and testify? Absolutely. So to be in that room full of folks saying that you cut money, everybody didn't get, all of their money back, but everybody got something when we went in there, and they had to refigure it out. So, okay, we see the importance of this and how many people are affected by us making these cuts. And so to be able to do that and to see how it came to fruition was just phenomenal, and how many people are able to not just survive, but thrive because of it. And I think that should be one of our next steps, to say, all right, let's find out who's lobbying for us, who's the lobbyist, and let's get in there and do some testimony and say, we need something. Maybe if you took 75% of our budget away, can we at least get 25% of it back?
One of the things that was brought up is putting people through these advocacy boot camps or teaching people like myself or you, or well, you seem like you got it down, but people that haven't done this before, like how to do it. How do you get in touch with your legislators? How do you make a change? How do you advocate? How do you do all of that? And so I know that was something that has been brought up over the last couple of days about taking advantage of the situation and how do we make something more impactful out of what happened.
And what day did y'all say y'all was meeting? Look.
Well, we're meeting to rally on the 14th, and we're meeting to be in community on the 18th.
We got to figure this out. We need to have a group, because certainly our lives are not based off of budgets and fiscal years and who's in office, because we're still always here. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you need to vote. It matters. It matters on voting. I think that would be the first thing. This is an election year coming up. We have to vote for a governor, and we need to find that person who knows about our community. And it's like, you know what? I do have some attachment. And usually that's part of it, is that they have an attachment, to that community on some level, and says, yes, I understand. And if nothing else, if you have no attachment, the fact that we served so that you can have rights and you can be safe. How about that?
Well, and I will say that, without one, I know one of the people that are running to be governor does have that attachment.
Oh yeah, not that we're mentioning any names in particular.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying I do that.
I'm just saying they may be a male. They might be about 6'5" with a few children.
Oh, see, it's funny. I was actually thinking of somebody else too. So maybe there's a couple of them with attachments.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. As long as it's somebody. Somebody. So what is it that She Serves does? What does it does and what does it do? Look, what does it does? What does it do?
So it's my company. I'm a leadership development facilitator, a leadership coach, a speaker. So really what I do is I take my experiences from the military and I use storytelling to just help people fight through imposter syndrome, to look at resilience differently. I created a framework called Rally, and it's just getting people to think about resilience from an emotional intelligence lens, instead of this idea of, let me wipe some dirt on it, keep it moving, and burn myself out just so I can, get through or bounce back from situations. It's like, how do we rise differently? So that is what She Served represents. And in it is the she and the served part came as a real representation of my service and my time in, but I do have a passion for my fellow women veterans. So there's always that's always at play as well.
And if someone wanted to have a conversation with you, so do you always work in large groups? Do you go to companies? Or is it that you do individual?
Primarily, I'm in companies, or I will create workshops, but I will always talk with an individual and work with an individual. I'll say most of that has come on more of a mentorship level, but I'm a trained coach, so I'm always looking at things through that lens as well, and I'm always willing to work with individuals. But so far, it's primarily been going into organizations and working kind of on that larger scale.
You have a comment.
I see, and that's Teresa Robinson, and she is the one. She's in this fight with me. She should should be on here too, because she has been advocating her behind off in Grand Rapids and is doing so much since we got notified of this. So she and I are kind of taking the lead right now, trying to get things going for Thursday and for Saturday.
Thank you. So what is her relationship to a women veteran?
Yeah, so
Did she
Teresa,
serve?
she did. She's a Navy veteran, and she is also on the Women's Veterans
Whoop,
Coalition.
whoop.
So see, she's one of your people.
See, I think my hat up there might have my Navy hat, but it may be all on the back of my wheelchair. So I took a lot of what I had up there on my bookshelf and outfitted it on my new, I'll call it my Rolls Royce.
Oh,
So
nice.
I had a Bentley, and she broke down, and so they got me a. Oh Lord, she really is a Rolls Royce, and they came out to service her. And it was just interesting because you have to put air in the tires. So I had to make sure the air pressure was good in my tires, just like a car. I felt like I was, going through Jiffy Lube, doing the 15-point check. So they did the 15-point check, put the little monitors on there, make sure my outlets work good. I was like, yes.
Well, that's good.
So I do have a lot because I've been in the chair. And I've had people come up to me and say, "Oh, so you got this wheelchair because your husband served?" I was like, "What?" Like,
That's
I did like
the easiest question.
I did like this. You see my eyes.
Mhm.
Look at my face. I was like, "What?" So on this chair, I put, woman veteran. So on the back of it, it says woman veteran with my Navy veteran emblem, because they provide you with the emblems, or they put them on the chair. So you have your emblem on there for which branch of service that you served. And then I was Operation Desert Storm. So that's on the back of there. And I think that's more than enough that I'm a woman veteran. And I still have people, I can feel them behind me. And then it says on the back, Dr. Kimberly's, Rolls Royce. And so people will come and stand behind me and do like this. They'll read and then come around front and say to me, "So, your husband served, that's why you got this chair." I said, "Did you just not spend the last 10 minutes staring at my chair that says woman veteran?"
Yeah.
"Oh, well, I didn't know. I thought maybe you just, because your husband served, that it made you." Stop talking. Please stop talking.
I was wearing my Army retired hoodie once, and somebody asked if my husband served, and he does, but that was my shirt. I just ordered one that said I am the veteran and the veteran's wife, so both are represented.
And I think that for me, I understand about budget cuts, but when you have a service that's being provided for you and it's taken away from you and you're still not seeing, it cuts even deeper. It's that piece that I'm at the VA a few times a month. A lot. Sometimes it ends up being one or twice a week, and you're there, and the women, and I guess that's the part that's hurtful, is that it's the women that say it to me. That, "Oh, so your husband is you, your husband." No, ma'am, it's me. And for something that shows that I served to the rest of the world, that they can hear about it and see it and it's tangible, and now it's gone. I was like, "Oh, I feel my PTSD kicking in." Something is happening.
That is one thing that I do. I mean, I commend the state for trying, doing the things that they're doing. Like, they started the She is a Veteran campaign. They did the I am a veteran campaign. They put on this conference. It's just so unfortunate that when the money gets taken away, they can only do so much because they still have to pay their employees. So it's just, it is unfortunate. And it is almost contradictory for people to say, "I see you, women veteran. We know you've served. We appreciate your service, but we're going to we got to cancel this thing on you real quick. And I don't blame the MVAA for doing that. I think that they had to operate with what they had to operate with. It's like, how do you say you see me and you appreciate me and you value my service, and then, you know, be put in a position to say, sorry, I have to contradict that and cancel something that is, you know, an opportunity to celebrate and support you.
It's an oxymoron.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just on all levels. What can we do for that woman who found it so difficult to come out of the shell and now has to retreat? And she may never come back out again. She may never. Here we go with our DISS. That distrust.
Mm-hmm.
And feeling like those who had an opportunity to help her have been disloyal. How do we get her back?
Well, I want to say to her, don't let this knock you down. It's like, don't let this discourage you. You can feel that, but then set that to the side and keep fighting and keep moving, because you do belong and you do deserve, and you are a veteran. And reach out to, like, please reach out to me. I'll sit with any woman veteran that wants to talk through what they're feeling about this, help you get on the other side of it, because that's what we do. We are a sisterhood. So I say, don't let this cause you to give up or feel less than, but just keep fighting and keep pushing, and know that there are so many of us like fighting for you as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What are some things that folks can do in the meantime? They may not be able to make it out on the 14th, and maybe not on the 18th, but how can they feel connected?
Well, I say just keep reaching out. There are the women veterans Facebook pages that are out there. Reach out to me. I know Teresa would say the same thing. Reach out to her. We'll keep working on things to try to just find ways for us to connect and be in community and have each other's backs. But also advocate too. Like, call your legislators. I can't say that word for some reason. Call your state representatives. Call and use your voice.
Mm-hmm. We want to say thank you to Zipporah, who's over in Detroit. Thank you for the love and the hearts and the likes. Thank you to Autumn Hartpence, who is definitely in the fight with us. She works with and for veterans every single day, and she is an Air Force veteran. And so thank you so much for the hearts and the likes, for tuning in, for sharing, and for staying connected. Greatly appreciated. The time is now 38 minutes after the hour. It is 4:38, and I am your host, Dr. Kimberly, and you're rolling on the road. My guest today is Dr. Lorena Black. She is all the powers that be with Served LLC, which is a leadership company. She is a United States Army veteran. So we are grateful for your leadership and for your emotional intelligence. These are some of the things that she does as a part of her business. So when I throw a few things out there, I am just showing her that I see her, I recognize her, and appreciate her for the work that she does and how important, what she does is to our community, not just, for the veteran community or those who are on active duty who are, coming into now being a veteran, but to educate those leaders who want to be head and shoulders, above, to know how to be inclusive. Inclusivity means more than just color or gender. And most people don't think about that. You have to think you have this whole community, more than 500,000 people in the state of Michigan who have served, that we need to be cognizant of what they're thinking, what they're feeling to come back home. We can never, and this just kind of catches me right here when we think about how our veterans came back from Vietnam, that we never want anyone to feel the way that they do, and how that community, many of them, and without it sounding crass, many have died off, from that time period of serving, and have now, because of age, have now passed on. But there have been many improvements since then. And even the fact that we had this for 4 years was phenomenal. And the fact that we're still able to have conversation and find a way to fill in the gap is amazing in comparison to, our brothers and sisters, and especially our sisters that came back from Vietnam.
Yeah. And that is the one thing you mentioned, the number of veterans that are in the state of Michigan. Think about that number. It's over 500,000. And when you take away funding from a state agency that is providing services and resources to those veterans, where it's already a low budget that they have anyways, I'm sure, and then you take more away, we're doing a disservice to over 500,000 veterans in the state of Michigan. It makes no sense. But I hear what you're saying, that even with that, I'm so thankful that we are able to still come together and still support one another. And so we don't have as many people feeling the way that our older veterans felt at that time.
Yeah, and to use your terms, we have more emotional intelligence. More emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
That we can rally. And we have more platforms that are available to us for our voices to get out. That we don't necessarily have to always stand somewhere with a sign, because if you can't get there or participate because of a diss, then you know what? We have platforms like this. We have social media where we can reach a plethora, of people and say, guess what? We got you. You're here. And I want to say a shout out to Miss Green, KH Green. We can't tell her real name because, she's incognito, but she gets some things done. She's over there on the east side. So I love how we have relationship between, the east side and the west side. Be hanging. We just got to pull some of our folks from, the other piece with Michigan. We got this little piece that's up here. So yeah.
That's why I know I'm still a transplant, because I still don't quite know how to use my hand to say where I'm at. I'm working on it though.
What? Oh my gosh.
I shouldn't have admitted that on a live.
You know what? I'm just gonna, okay.
No.
You did not hear that. You did not hear her say that.
I didn't.
She didn't say that. So here we go. Ready? Let's get our hands up. Come on now. Come on. Get your hands up. Now you got to do the UP. So you got to get your other hand up. There we go. There it is. You got to get that thumb out, though. The thumb has to be out.
Oh, this thumb has to be out. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Woohoo! And she's learning it.
Right here. This is where I'm at.
Yes.
Okay, I do got it then.
Woohoo! Yes.
Have I earned some credit back?
You have. Each one. She gets her Michigan card. So each one reach one, each one teach one, and we did it. How long have you been here in Michigan?
So I moved here in 2017. So long enough to know better.
See, I wasn't gonna say that, but she saved herself. She saved herself. She did, as my daddy used to call it, the hand jive. She was able to do the hand jive, the Michigan hand jive. So she's good to go now. But we have, in these last few minutes that we have, what do you think is the most important, not just to all veterans, but to women veterans in particular? What are 3 things that they can do to insulate themselves, if you will, from the shock of when we don't get what we need, when our needs are not being met?
Yeah, I'd say check in with yourself, like how you're feeling, and don't just try to, push through because you think you should. Start there. 2, don't minimize your service or your contribution. I don't care if you served 25 years in the Army or the Air Force or the Navy or any branch, or you went to basic training, got hurt, and got put out. Don't minimize what you've done, because even in that, you've done more than 99% of the population. So remember that your contributions, what you've done, matter, and don't put a limit on that. And also reach out. There's so much power in community and network. So reach out to people if you're feeling low and down and you're not able to remind yourself of who you are and what you've done. Reach out to somebody else that will. Surround yourself with people. I had somebody say to me one time, she's like, if you ever need to be reminded of who you are, call me. And sometimes we need those people. So surround yourself with those people, and then use your voice. Speak up, use your voice, and advocate for yourself and your fellow veterans. That might have been more than 3, but that's just what came up for me.
That was 4, which is good. So you want to go for 5, maybe?
Let's see.
4 is good.
I could probably keep going. There's so many more, but it's just, I think that the biggest one is just.
Give me 2 more.
Let's see. I said reach out to your community. Don't minimize your contributions. Use your voice.
Yep.
Know you're not alone. Know you're not alone. And this one it might piggyback back on the other one that I said don't minimize. But if you have a voice in your head, or even maybe a voice out loud telling you that you're less than, or you are invisible, or you haven't done enough, or you only did this, shut that voice down right now, today. We're not here for it. So you might say a little bit and you might listen to it, but don't let it run the show. Put it in the corner.
And number 6.
Let's see. What else?
I'll say it. Number 6 is, if you are able to do 1 through 5, go help someone else.
Yeah. And, I'm going to add to that, even if you can only do 1 through 3, go help someone else, because you might find, and this was our theme for the conference last year, stronger together. Like if you're getting through 1 through 2 and you go help somebody else, and then together you all may get to 7, 8, 9, you might figure out even more.
I like that. So we got 6 points. 6 points for you to think about. And you know what? I want to emphasize that this is not just relegated to veterans or women veterans, but this is to anybody, any woman. Check in with yourself. Don't just keep pushing through. I think that's a woman thing in general, is that we have a tendency to just push through everything and minimize. And number 2 is don't minimize. Even if you are a stay-at-home mom, that's important, and that's a good job. Trust me. It's amazing the number of folks. Huh?
Oh, sorry. I was going to ask if I could throw one more out, but I'll wait until you're done.
I was just going over your point. So let's do. All right. So 7 is.
It's this
I'm
idea
ready.
of yielding your strategic impact. So think about when you think of resilience, it doesn't just affect when you're resilient. It isn't just affect you. It's this ripple effect. So that kind of goes back into what we were talking about grabbing another friend, but just
So
remembering.
you said yielding your
strategic impact.
You said yielding your
strategic impact.
Got it.
And just remember about that ripple.
So where did I leave out? Number 2 is don't minimize your service. So if you're a stay-at-home mom, that is a service to our community. You know, being right there with your family, with your children, them knowing that they're loved and that they're cared for. So don't minimize. Number 3 was reach out to your community, to your power. You have to connect in, just like a phone. We have our phones, and they run out. Their batteries do run 100%. And if you're like me, you're always on, you're always doing, you're videoing, and sometimes you stop to do a quick live, and before you know it, in a couple of hours, your battery is down to 3%, and you're saying, "Oh my God!" You know, you're looking for, a power source so that you can connect in. So just imagine that you are a phone that, guess what? Once you've used up all of your energy, you're going to have to connect, and get replenished. So that's number 3 was reach out into your community. Number 4 was use your voice. Everybody has a voice. Everybody's got a voice. Everybody can say something, even if it's, I love it. Yesterday, it was so beautiful. There was this goth girl that was walking through the parking lot of Meijer. That's our big store here. If you're not in Michigan or Ohio, and where else are they? Indiana, I think they are. So if you're not one of those 3 states, Meijer is our big food chain in the Midwest. And I was going to get my vittles, and I saw this goth girl come through. She was gorgeous. She never made black look any better. Really, she was just beautiful. So I leaned over out the window and I said, "You are so beautiful." And she says, "No, you're the one that's beautiful in all your purple." And I was like, wow. She used her voice to speak life to me.
Mm.
She used her voice. Most people would not have given her the time of day because of the way that she looked. You never know that what you need in that moment, where it'll come from, or who it'll come from, or what the messenger will look like. So I would say just kind of be open to that person, or if your look, like for me, people, because purple is a nice acceptable color. So I can wear purple everything, probably even put on a purple wig, and everybody's okay. But if you wear black, it's like, wait a minute, what? But if that's your voice, use it and trust the person who needs to hear your message will be right there. Number 5, you are not alone. That's a good one. Because many people isolate themselves. Is the first thing that they do. 6, what do we come up with? Oh, go help someone else. And 7, drum roll, please. Yielding your strategic impact and that ripple effect. Knowing that if you tell the right person, like we're not pointing no fingers at nobody. Even Teresa, let's point our fingers at Teresa or myself. We're your strategic partners in this state. So it's, hey, we all get together. and we look at what the ripple effect is. So I just put in layman's terms, kind of sort of what our Dr. Lorena gave us. She gave us these 7 points. And courtesy of She Served LLC. This is what she does, y'all. Just that quick. Y'all just got I just want y'all to know, y'all just got a free session.
Yeah.
Got a free session. Yeah.
And I will, speaking of just free sessions, if there is anyone that needs that and wants to talk through anything, please reach out to me. And I'm happy to talk through what you might be feeling around the conference, even not even the conference, even life and career and professionalism. I'm here for that.
Would you like to read our comment?
Yeah, it's from Thurston Willoughby. I'm joining the broadcast a little late, Dr. Barrington. Just wanted to say thank you for all that you offer the community through your broadcast.
And I think that would be our number 7, yielding your strategic impact. I think that's our number 7. So I do have your name scrolling down there in the bottom. I'm going to create. I'm going to edit. Now, if someone wanted to reach out to you, I'm just going to, speak it. I'm going to say Dr. Lorena.
As you're typing that, I do have to tell you, funny. My husband's aunt keeps telling me I need to do that and calling me Dr. Lorena as well. So for you to do that, it is just, she will be tickled to know that happened. And she'll tell me that God is trying to tell me something.
Wait a minute. Oh, your husband is a woman?
No.
Or did you just say she or he?
My husband's aunt.
Who did you just say? Oh, see, I didn't say talking about, my husband, she, and I was like, wait a minute. Okay.
My husband's aunt.
I don't have my hearing aids. Okay, look, my hearing aids are right here. I just didn't get them in fast enough for the show. So I love it when it's funny sometimes when I say what I think I heard somebody say. Look, I was trying to get them in, but I couldn't get it in over my glasses, and it was frustrating me. So, yeah, forgive me. So, Dr. Lorena, and where do you want them? How do you want them to contact you?
Shoot me an email. That might be easiest. And then we could go from there.
Okay, so LORRENA at
sheserved.co. No pesky M at the end. That confuses a lot of people.
Yes, because my computer automatically added the M. All right. And there we go. And we click ticker. So there it is. So if you want to get in touch, did I get it up on the screen? No.
No, it's there. Well, I saw it.
Is it there now?
It is.
Okay. So you can contact Dr. Lorena at She Served LLC at LORRENA at sheserved.co. So anybody, I think that's a little bit of a pun. She's the CO, military. Yeah. So
I didn't connect that.
Yeah. So pun intended. So we want to thank you for tuning into season 5, episode 32, a disservice for the women who served. Just the canceling of our 4th annual conference, Women Veterans Conference. But just know that on the 14th, there will be a rally in Lansing on the Capitol. You know, I'm just a bill sitting on Capitol Hill. So they're going to be like a little bill on Capitol Hill trying to, oh, yeah. And then in person, they're going to meet at, give them the address on October 18th.
Yes, we're going to start off the day earlier, so that information is pending. But at 3 p.m., we will be convening at the American Legion Roger B. Chafee Post 154, which is 2327 Byron Center Ave, Southwest, Wyoming, Michigan, 49519.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We want to say thank you to Dr. Black for helping us to pivot so quickly. You know, I saw it immediately and wanted to make sure that the word got out in the quickest way. Is you go on live. We're on 6 platforms, so you're able to see it, and we'll share, and folks will be able to know and see. And then as they watch the replay, have the dates and the times. And hopefully in the next couple of days or so, by Monday or Tuesday, there will be the time for on the 18th, what's going to happen prior to 3 o'clock. But I think 3 to 8 is amazing. You know, being able to show up on the steps of Lansing is amazing. And you're amazing. Let's just, that's the word for today. Amazing.
You are also amazing. Thank you so much for using your platform.
Thank you. So we appreciate you. And when we come back next time, we're going to hear about how she is in a program. Mm-hmm. Dr. Black is in a program. She's going to be doctoral candidate. Dr. Black. And we can see, maybe we need to partner with Thurston and say, Thurston, see, they have Kingdom University International. So maybe we need to make that phone call and that connection to get her started in the program so she can be graduate of class of 2027. Yeah, we could do that. See if she's got room on her plate. If not, she can put her peas in the trash so she can have some room on her plate. I don't know. Maybe she might like peas. I'm sorry. I apologize. You like?
I haven't had them in a long time. I don't mind them so bad.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see. Wait a minute. Who's trying to get in a late comment? Oh, look at there. Thurston said, let's do it. Getting you signed up and for class of 2027. That sound good to you?
It does. I just need to look at that plate and see how many peas I need to kick off of it to make it work.
Well, we can probably do the fast track and not the 2, 3, 4 year track. And it's a little intense, but I think we can make it happen because that's what we do, because we're resilient. Yes. We got a community that will see. This is where your community kicks in and why it's important. So while the time that she's taking to get her doctoral degree, some of us, this is your opportunity to step up and fill in some of those gaps while she gets more education. See how I did that for you? See, I cleared your plate just like that.
You were awesome.
See, that's how we do this. I'm clearing your plate off, and I'm designating at least 6 people who are going to take on some of the other things that you do. And so all you have to do is say, okay, you got me. All right. And kind of check in. You can look over our shoulders so you can get it.
I like it.
All right. Great. So we thank you so much for tuning in. Join us on our regular schedule of being live Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on next week. And you guys stay safe. It is flu season. Make sure you get your flu shot. And COVID, yep, is still hanging around. If you are into vaccines, make sure that you go and get your vaccinations. All right, you guys stay well, and we'll see you soon.